until Saturday night, Will. How were the emotions? What do you know on?
Yeah, okay. I think a bit disappointed because I think that's a game that we could have won and definitely probably should have drawn. So I think that's how I feel mostly today. Probably disappointed.
Go again on Saturday. Hopefully you can get over the line.
Yeah, I think that's what's obviously kind of great about this 3-test series is that disappointing result on the weekend, but as you say, Saturday, another opportunity, different venue, so disappointment, but also can hopefully turn to getting excited now about next Saturday.
Lots of positives from the weekend to build on Saturday. Forwards really fronted up, and again, obviously the aim this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as kind of said, I think there were some good aspects about the performance, and we put them under pressure in some ways. But there's definitely some stuff that we need to work on. That I think ultimately probably cost us getting a result in the end.
What were those things for you?
Well, I think probably the main thing would be our discipline. I think we give away too many penalties. You look at the second half, it's a lot of pressure for them, giving them driving lineouts in our 22, which they're very good at doing that. It's tough to defend that all day. So I think that's definitely one big focus for us this week is try and cut down the number of penalties we're giving away, give them less opportunities, and then hopefully give ourselves a bit more chance to impose our game on them.
Personal point of view, you had a very good game. You're starting to feel comfortable in that shirt and playing on that level against the world champions.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed the game. Always love playing for Wales, and the challenge of playing against the best players in the world. Particularly, obviously, South African, the world number one, world champions at home. Really kind of enjoy the challenge and hopefully get to go again in the next couple of weeks.
The line-out seemed to do all right. Obviously, you snatched the early doors that led to the first try. Pretty happy you worked it?
Obviously very happy that worked out well for us as a team. I think in general, line-up wise, it was okay for us in the day. I think defensively, it was just obviously defending a lot of mauls, which was comes back to what I said before about trying to tighten up our discipline a bit. Kind of reasonably happy all round.
On the balls, first half you were able to nullify them pretty well. Second half it kind of became their in. You identified what perhaps you were able to do first half and second?
I think it was probably just opportunities really. I think in the first half, we gave away probably too many penalties, but they didn't have as many opportunities kicking to the corner to drive from there. Whereas in the second half, there's 5 or 6 probably on top of each other, and then that's compounded when you start losing guys to the sin bin. Obviously makes it's ultimately a numbers game and makes things difficult.
Obviously, finished the season in good form and you managed to carry that form over to the last Saturday. You must be pleased with how your all-round game has come together.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying my rugby at the moment. So kind of feeling positive about that, and long may that continue.
This is obviously, I think it's the first time you've been on a proper tour in Wales, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know it sounds strange because you've been around for a while now, but how have you found touring?
Really enjoying it. It's kind of something I was looking forward to for a while. Obviously, having missed out in the last couple of summers because of the COVID stuff. It's been really good. Loving being in South Africa, in the hotel here, kind of the sort of intense rugby focus that comes from being away from home, and obviously getting to play some pretty incredible venues in front of full houses. It's been really good so far. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks.
Having lived with the Springboks and matched them physically, which is one of their strengths, you guys must look at comfortably inside yourselves. It's an opportunity for us to land that historic win.
Yeah, I think comes with being disappointed from the weekend is that there's also, I think there should be belief in amongst us that that we can we can go on to win this series. We can win next weekend. We can win the series. So I think deal with the disappointment and then start to get excited, optimistic for what we can do on the weekend. Yeah.
How much does history play a part in your guys' sort of psyche, thinking that you guys could be the first Welsh team to do something special inside?
Well, I think that's got to be a bit of a motivation for us. But ultimately, at least from my point of view, whenever you play a test match, you just take it as it comes, and you want to go out there and win. So you're not kind of thinking about the history so much while the game's going on. And I think, it's obviously motivation this week. It would be a nice little piece of history for us as a group. But ultimately, we want to just get a result because we're playing Test rugby and we're here to win.
Well, Sia Policia and the block management have been insistent that Wales are a team that just simply doesn't go away, and I think that was evident on Saturday, where 29-24 the game could have gone in any direction. What is it about the Welsh psyche that keeps you guys in the game, just besides the rugby ability?
It's a tough question. That I think probably just comes down to the pride that everyone has, pulling on that red jersey and playing for the shirt. So I think that always drags a little bit extra out of you as an individual and then as a team as a result. And I think we're also there's a lot of motivation coming into this summer series to try and deliver some performances that we know we're capable of. Having had a slightly disappointing end to the Six Nations, felt like we probably owed that to ourselves and also to the Welsh public. That's what I'd put it down to probably.
Also, with the Welsh sides have been participating in the URC, how much does it help gaining intel on players? Let's say if there wasn't that competition, who would have been fair newbies for you guys?
I don't know really. I think, I'm not sure. Personally, I think with South Africa, you obviously seen the style they play has been the same for the last few years, been really effective. So kind of knew what was going to be coming, but so there's a whole other kettle of fish trying to deal with it. So from my point of view, it hasn't really affected anything, but maybe elsewhere. I'm not sure.
Finally, from my side, Bloemfontein, that Victoria is rugby country, like a very different rugby country. I think once you guys get there, you experience why I would say it's very different. How are you guys just preparing mentally for that particular environment that you're going to be in?
Well, I mean, personally, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, hope it's just kind of more of the same from the weekend, like big, noisy stadium. It really was a fantastic atmosphere. It was something I kind of thinking back on felt very lucky to be part of. Just hope it's more of the same really, and playing in those kind of big rugby cauldrons with passionate fans is ultimately is what you want to be doing. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, finish up with Martin.
Ludiaga, as a man who wears 4 or 5 on his back, that was the ultimate test, particularly in Victoria. You had one of the best games we've ever seen. Your best game.
Well, thanks.
You must be happy, mustn't you?
Yeah,
I'm
happy.
You got the better of them.
Ultimately, we didn't win, so you'd probably argue they got the better of us. But it's obviously a great challenge. They're two quality players. It's just looking forward to hopefully more of the same to come.
But there must be areas within that game where you felt you got the better of those two. Because we often talk about head-to-heads. I know that you're a good team man, so the results are all that matters. But personally, there were moments there where you must have felt, hang on, I've got the better of these two.
I don't think so really. I think, I don't really look at playing the game as a kind of individual contest. I guess there are areas where you end up inevitably matched up on the pitch, but realistically, like rugby's, whether it's as a forward pack or then ultimately as a 15 on 15, I think it's difficult to say that individually you got the better of anyone, and I don't think that was the case. I think yeah, I mean, I think I'd argue that if I'd got the better of them, we'd probably have had the result we wanted.
Okay, thank you very much.